Hello all, get the one talk. I'm Mariner Fagaiava-Muller and welcome on back to the Coconut. It's summertime, y'all, and who better to join us than our next guests? The sound of Musika has kept us humming along, so what has been a year of ups and downs as we chug along towards Krismasi celebrations, and that weather getting you in the mood for a little swim and Inu at the beach? Award-winning reggae band Tomorrow People have a new album out today. It's called 21 and comes off the back of new singles the Tomorrow People have released on every first Friday of every month of this year. Those tracks all featured on the Hot New Zealand Singles Chart, and there's no doubt 21 will take off as well. Two members of the seven-strong group, Avina Kelekolio and Tana Tupa'i, are with me now. Boys, Noia, and thank you for joining me. How are you guys?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, talofa lava mana.
And how has your year been so far?
Yeah, it's been an exciting one, a challenging one, and an interesting one. The same like it has been for yourself, I'm sure. But we're just thankful to get to the end of the year and be on this day and celebrate our album 21 and to be sharing this with you and your audience. So thank you very much.
Yeah, the year's been crazy, man. I can't believe it's almost Christmas.
You make me want you just a little bit more. When I see you walking out that door, your feelings are important to me, got me honey. But you change your heart just staring at me.
What are your roots in music? You previously made up a covers group with some of the boys, but take me way back to the influence of music in your childhood.
Sure. I guess like most of us Pacific people, all stems from church. I was raised in a Catholic community, St. Anne's in Newtown here in Wellington, and just being around it. And I remember watching what grew me to it. So I remember watching an older member of the church just playing away on the organ kind of thing. And with this organ, if people know that it has like foot pedals kind of thing, and I was buzzing out watching the guy using his two hands and also his feet dancing on the organ too kind of thing. And that was my first memory of it, thinking, oh man, I want to be able to do that one day kind of thing. And so it started there and stemming on to obviously youth college and just being around like-minded people, just like most of Pacific people, just hanging around, just creatives, artists around you regardless, you can't shy away from it. And I fell in love with this and grew into a passion, and thankfully turned into a profession for me and the rest of the team. So really humbled and thankful for the opportunities I've had.
Nice. You've been in the business for ages, just over 10 years now. What have been some of your highlights and possibly also some of the challenges as well?
I guess the highlights for us is, the things like, it's not, we've been blessed to win awards and get platinum, gold status for our records. But I think the biggest thing for us is, well, for me especially, is music that you wrote in the bedroom and then you go and perform it on a stage in front of seas of people and are singing word for word, and people sending in messages about how our music has influenced or touched or inspired them in a certain way. Those things have probably probably the biggest achievement to date, and what probably means the most to myself and the team.
You'd assume that COVID would have been a massive barrier in your guys' creation of this album, but have there been any other challenges along the way?
Yeah, apart from that, I guess the challenges we imposed on ourselves, especially in trying, it's not normal for groups to release a brand new song every month kind of thing. And so, for groups on average typically would probably release a couple singles, a couple of songs in a calendar year, let alone 12 that we'd all actually more songs than that. We've actually got 16 in our album. So that challenge from preparing from releasing one song, doing our best to get it out there and share it with the world, and then back on the saddle again to work on the next one kind of thing. So sometimes there's been that feeling of like, oh, did we give this particular song enough love or time kind of thing? But to be honest, every single song we released, there was nothing that we put out that we weren't 100% happy with. So yeah, we were just really blessed and just thankful that we had this chance to do something that we thought we were never capable of.
You, just on that, you released, a new single every first Friday of every month. And I hear those weren't just all pre-recorded at once. You would record one, release it, and then get to working on the next one. You're also doing all the mixing, pretty much self-managed. How was the pressure, if any?
Yeah, absolute massive pressure. Because but when we came up with this idea first, we actually had a whole bunch of songs ready, like you mentioned before, like ready to go. But with a typical of us creators, come the time we're about to release, we're like, oh no, we actually don't like this or whatever. We're not feeling this particular song. So then we ended up hitting the drawing board again. So that's pretty much where that pressure came from, kind of thing, in terms of getting it done and then juggling everything else. But like I said, this particular project, this album, we're blessed to have released a lot in the past, but this one was probably truly the most collaborative one in terms of every member of the team really playing their part and going above and beyond what we normally would do. So that's it definitely brought the team together.
Face it, I'm losing my mind just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's a 16-track album with 11 of those being from First Fridays. You've got 3 newbies and then 2 in Te Reo Māori. Do you think listeners will have a good variety to choose from?
If they make it to track 3 or track 4, then I think, that's success enough. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, I think it's good. Like the album itself is a whole mix of reggae subgenres. We try to branch out instead of doing the kind of typical Tomorrow People sound. I think when people listen to it, they'll find that they'll hear like different elements that were taken from all the different subgenres. Plus, we've kind of branched out and did a little bit of funk, a little bit of pop, and the like. So I think listeners will be quite surprised by what they hear.
And just listening to the album, it seems like the emotions that are expressed through the lyrics kind of vary from track to track. Is there a certain feel that you wanted to go for, or was it just a free-for-all?
For this one, as you'll know, we've done 2 albums already and a couple of EPs. So for this project, we decided just to let all the people in the band, everyone in the band, we said, hey, go ahead and do whatever you want. You have basically creative freedom to be able to express yourself in the way that you want. So I guess the result is it would feel like it's a little bit piecemeal, with everyone bringing in their own experiences, rather than us kind of sitting down at the start and thinking, okay, what is the direction of the album as a whole? So it was a kind of a different approach. We went a little bit backwards about it this time.
Right. And Avina, may I just ask you, what are your roots in music? Just talking before with Tana, you guys previously made up a covers group, but take me back to the influence of music in your childhood and upbringing.
Yes, so for me, my influence was mainly around whatever my parents would listen to on their record. A lot of it that was a mix between traditional Samoan music like Tia Ma'a, Punya Lava'a, all the way to kind of English music like the Eagles and Cliff Richard and things like that. So it's basically whatever my old man would listen to, and he would have on our on cassette tape when we did our long road trips from Wellington to Auckland. It's whatever was on the tape that's what we were listening to all the way up and down. So yeah, for us it was that, and a little bit of Toots and the Maytals in terms of the reggae scene.
This question is for you both now. And what are your plans as a band for summer? And I suppose, do you hope those COVID restrictions will lift for mass gatherings like One Love? I'm aware that you're performing there, but you might also have some gigs in between too. So is it just a case of hoping for the best?
Yeah, it's been that feel since August. I mean, let alone summer, we lost pretty much half a year because we're fortunate enough to be a touring band where we do tour quite extensively throughout the year. And we lost so many opportunities to do what we love and enjoy. And coming around to the summer, yes, the likes of One Love Festival, we hope that happens. I mean, these dates are penciled in, are in, but it's still unknown if it will happen. We've already had a string of summer shows already cancelled as a result of how things have been. So yeah, it's just a bit of a sit back and hope that we do have some sort of summer. It's definitely already not going to be the summer that we're used to. We're normally blessed with playing a ton of shows over the summer. And also, and we've even got shows that we're meant to be planned to go overseas, like for example, in Australia over the next coming short period. So we'll see how it all goes. But as mentioned before, the silver lining is that we've got to spend this time to work together in the studio and create the album 21 that we're celebrating at the moment.
Yeah, I think in terms of the live set, we might be a little rusty now since we were. but yeah, exactly like what Tana was saying. We hope that it goes ahead. We hope that it goes ahead in a safe manner, because ultimately that's the number one priority. But still, it would be good if people can get out and about.
Hard out. Now, just moving away from the album for a minute, I do want to ask you some questions about how your lockdown has been. What are some of the moments that you've made with your ainga during this time, especially as we come to grips with Delta?
For me, to be honest, I never ever spend time with the family in the kitchen, behind the stove kind of thing. And I'm not going to lie, I haven't spent so much time, and I really have appreciated and enjoyed it. And my family's actually enjoyed some of my cooking. And it's purely because I'm not good at it at all, which is why I didn't spend time. But I've improved my cooking skills over this period. So that, and us, we always fellowship over a good hearty meal. And there's been plenty more positive moments of my family as a result of me upskilling.
Oh my gosh, congratulations, Gordon Ramsay. Avina, how about you?
Oh no, it's been good. I mean, especially being in Wellington, we've been a lot luckier than Auckland. So it's kind of allowed us to still be able to get out and about. It still feels kind of weird, working from home full time, and still not really having any shows. But it's something that we kind of become accustomed to now.
Have you guys as a group kept close during this time? I guess, you probably would have to because of First Fridays, but aside from all that studio work, have you guys had time to put your feet up together?
Not as much as we would like to, but our band we don't all live in Wellington anyway. So we got about 4 of us that live in Wellington, one that lives in Palmerston North, one in Levin, and another one in Auckland. So we're all kind of split apart, but normally that was all good because we'd have so many shows that we all get together, come showtime. But yeah, well, we kind of been just doing the old Zoom thing, the old Zoom catch-ups, same as everyone else, I guess.
Yeah, nice. I did want to go through a round of quickfire questions. So if you both are ready, I'm just making them off the top of my head. So first question, what is your favorite island song?
Oh.
In English or in native tongues?
Oh.
Probably my favorite Samoan song would be Pulao Aole Tua. Yeah.
And how about you, Tana?
Oh man, I like Lea Whai Tūlangi as well, a favorite song. I'm not too sure of the original writer. It's a very historic song in Samoan, but yeah, I love that. So that's one of my favorite.
Beautiful. And if you could travel to any island once the borders open, what would that island be?
I'll go to Samoa. I mean, we were supposed to go to Samoa, but then COVID hit the first time. So it's kind of ruined our plans. But yeah, we definitely want to go back there.
Fiji for me.
Fiji. Okay. And what is your favorite island food dish? Just going off the back of Tana's adventures in the kitchen, what is your favorite dish from the homeland?
My one is oka. It's just my favorite overall, hands down.
Yeah. Oh, and I love me a good au as well. Or as our Tonga's called lusipi as well. I love anything that just dribbled in taro leaves and pepe is the winner.
And last question, what is one fact that your listeners might not know about you?
Oh, yeah. You go, Vina.
That I am a part-time barber. So I cut hair for fun. So I wouldn't say I'm an actual barber, but I like to pretend I'm a barber.
Hey, look at you. How about you, Tana?
I'm actually a part-time professional tennis player as well.
Oh, I thought you were going to say part-time model, but tennis man, like, is that what you do?
I'm sure that's your side hustle, Mariner, eh?
Oh, no, I'm just full-time trying to get some Christmas presents. Boys, is there anything else that I haven't asked you about that you would like to talk about in regards to 21?
The listeners will be pleasantly surprised. Thank you to all the listeners for the support. We fully appreciate it. This year's been a hard year, especially for us artists and us musicians and us creatives. So, every stream counts or every purchase counts. So thank you.
Well, for me, it's like all those people that ask us for free tickets to our shows. This is your chance to return a favor and stream every single song at least 1 million times each. And then we'll be even.
Okay, that's good advice for me, because I'm hoping that I can get a free ticket to One Love as I missed out. But
you know what you need to do.
Oh, well, I will be sure to put the streaming on my phone ASAP. Freshies, be sure to listen to Tomorrow People's new album 21, out in stores and all streaming platforms today. I'll see you at One Love, boys, if I can get those tickets in time, and I'll see the rest of you all a little soon. Soe fua.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.